Hey everyone, how are you? It's me, Dottie Mae. It is 11:46 p.m. on Wednesday, September 19th. And guys, I don't know, I'm just going batshit crazy, I guess. Um, I'm feeling kind of all sorts of lonely and I don't know. My daughter's not around much. She works a lot and she's been spending a lot of time at her friend's house when she's not working, at various friends' houses. Um, and she hasn't been spending much time here. And I've been the one having to take care of her dogs. Whatever. So, today I went out to the lake again. And I've been doing that during the day mostly because the waves and the water, they just mellow out my mood and they make me forget about the awfulness that is my financial stress right now. And I read, and I told you guys that I've been reading If I Stay. And today I finished the book. It's a good book. I would do a review, but I would end up giving away the story. But I did enjoy it. And it's an emotional book. And right around page, I think it was 182. I think it was, 182 or something around there, is the first time that I cried. I cried. And I was actually at the lake when I got to that page. And, yes, it was sad. I cried. And then I also cried when I finished it. Yes. So this is actually book one. There is another book called Where She Went. It actually shows it on the back here. And I want to read that. I don't have it right now, but I also am interested in Gail Forman is the author. I'm also interested in reading these other books of hers. There's one called I Was Here, and there's an excerpt from that book inside this book. And then there's two other books called Just One Day and then followed by Just One Year. I'm interested in reading those books as well. I think this was a great book. It's probably more of a young adult book. But yeah, I really liked it. And it's an easy read. It's kind of big text. So I finished it. So I had to decide, what am I going to read next? Now I have tons. I couldn't tell you how many. I don't have my iPad out here. I have plenty of books digitally on my iPad. But the problem with that is my iPad is usually plugged in during the day, and I'm finding that I like to read a hard, or an actual book. So I have some choices. I'm not going to pick up and move my computer, but I have some choices on my bookshelf. I have this one called The Book Thief. I'm just going to tell you what they are. And that's by Marcus Zusak. I don't know if I'm going to be saying these names right. I have a book called In the Unlikely Event by Judy Blume. Judy Blume was my favorite author when I was a kid. I have a book called Let It Snow, and that's a young adult book, and that's by 3 authors, John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lauren Miracle. I have a book called Tortured for Christ by something Wormbrand. That's based on a true story. I have a book called Finding Me, which is the true story of Michelle Knight. That's based on a true story. Michelle Knight was one of, I think, 3 that were held captive in a house in, I want to say Ohio. I want to read that book. I just don't know if that's one I want to read right now, because I do believe that would be a very sad and depressing book. And then I also have a book called Sarah's Key, and someone had given me that book and I hadn't read it yet, so I have that. I also have a book that was part of one of my classes I never got around to reading, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I remember having that book read to us way back in 6th grade, and that class I was forced to drop out of. That was way back, well, not that far back, but back when my divorce was in process, and I was just overwhelmed with emotion, and I couldn't focus on the class. That was when my English writing classes, I can't remember the exact name of the class, but I had that book, and then I had Hamlet, a Shakespeare book. So I posted on Facebook, listing these books that I had, and I only got a couple comments. One of them was this book, Book Thief. And then my brother commented, he said, Let It Snow. And I don't know if that's just because of the simple fact that he likes snow, or if he actually knows that book. I don't know. Now, I do like John Green as an author, because I really enjoyed Turtles All the Way Down, and, what was the other one? The other book in the movie, I cried. Oh, you guys know what it is. I don't have the book, though. I'm looking on my shelf for the movie. Darn it. Anyway, she had cancer. Her boyfriend had cancer. Anyway, I think you know what I'm talking about. But, also my reason for, I think what I might do is start this one. If you guys have an idea, feel free to let me know. I'm, like I said before, I'm also on Goodreads. So I have a lot of books on my shelf to read on that, that's indicated there. I usually get my books through Amazon, or through, a lot of my digital books I get through BookBub, BOOKBUB. It's an email that comes through, and if I find one I like, it's a freebie, so it'll download digitally to my iPad. That's how I get a lot of my digital ones. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about, and we're already up to 9 minutes, online, like I talked about the online relationship thing. I discovered that one of the guys I was talking to was a effing scam artist. He wasn't asking me for any money, or at least he hadn't got to that point, but I took one of the pictures that he sent and Google searched it through Google Images, And wouldn't you know, I found a whole bunch of shit. Other names that he is going by, other people or other women that he's, had relationships with, it was just so hurtful. I was so pissed. I found Twitter accounts, and then so I called him out on it and said, who the F are you? Are you this? Are you this? Are you this? And then what do you know? He blocked me. And I'm just like, you scumbag. You claim to be in the military, and then on this other girl's account, you say you're in Syria, and to me, you say you're in Afghanistan. And you know what? These guys that are faking they're in the military are just scum. I mean, serious scum. Haven't you got anything better to do? And they're on Instagram playing with women's hearts and then asking for money, or sometimes they don't even get to that point. But I am just, don't worry, I am being careful and I am doing my homework. I am not falling for that shit again, I can tell you that. I have blocked so many people, and I am being careful with my new Instagram account. It's private, and I am checking details on, I'm not accepting anyone. If they say they're in the military, I don't know, I am so hesitant on accepting their follow. It's not even funny. I think that's just bullshit that these guys are saying they're in the military and they're not. That just pisses me off. It really, really does. I was so upset because I just hate people like that. I mean, hate's a strong word, but I dislike people like that. I mean, playing on people's heartstrings and, you suck. You suck. All right. That's it. I'm going to let you guys go. It's almost 13 minutes here. And I don't know if I'll talk to you again tomorrow or not. I might, because I might be just bored out of my mind again at midnight. And anyway, so I'll talk to you all later. I'm going to go update my blog now. And I wish you all, wherever you are, peace, love, and happiness. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.